Well, looky here. You're back for more Mob Psycho, and let's be honest, with him wading into the giant piece of broccoli, Mob has got his work cut out for him. The entire populace of the city really up in arms for this Psycho Helmet Club cult. And if brainwashing is one way to separate him from everyone that he knows, all of his friends and family, I don't think he's going to go very lightly on Dimple for this one. Seems, it seems as though we may be getting a rather large dose of what happens when Mob goes a bit above and beyond what he can handle. His stress levels are rising rapidly, so is there going to be a burst anytime soon? Be fun to watch, so sit back, get a drink, and let's begin. Everyone celebrate the great coming of the true Psycho Helmet. The thing is, would it feel great if it's all forced and false? Nothing more than basically a bunch of hired actors. There's no sincerity behind the claps and adoration. I see he's not going down to talk to him. Guess he'll just have to go up. This whole thing is about achieving power, isn't it? You know, what can the great Psycho Helmet and everything that is... Didn't expect him just to start climbing the walls. What can the great Psycho Helmet actually give to the people with all of these powers that is now attained thanks to the belief from everyone around? Actually, yeah, kind of like any sort of deity that I've read about. Leave everyone up to their own devices and claim some sort of big plan. This is, I was about to say, a quick shoot up of his stress right now. Not only dragging people into the... Dragging people into this with a change of heart and brainwashing. Forcibly stopping anyone that actually tries to interfere. It is kind of amusing that, Mob has, as we've been shown at least so far, an extraordinary amount of psychic energy and ability. And throughout all of his interactions with people throughout all of the series so far, he's now being able to put it to use of his own sense of justice and morals and the like, rather than relying on what other people tell him. I think having all of the friends, family, random strangers, people that you've seen down the market once, all gathered up and clapping for you, knowing that this is basically just one big taunt, knowing that the one on the other end that's actually causing it has the power to adjust everyone and how they think. What was that laugh? He's just hanging around. Why would you need or want to interfere with him and his life there? He only wants what's best for you. Hmm. They've already fallen in line, they've joined the religion so much. I mean, in the short term, sure, they're happy. What happens, though, afterwards? Because we'd be able to continue the running of the city and have everyone actually living out a good life while they're still under this delusion of the psycho helmet. Could say that, yes. Yep, but how did it get? How did it get Reagan though? He didn't eat any. Was he just in close proximity for too long? Ah, just people. Hmm. Well, he's yeah. If that kind of large scale broccoli started sprouting up across the entire globe, there wouldn't be enough nutrients in the soil to keep them alive. And if having the power of a god is got there through what brainwashing to get people to believe in you, could you really be happy about that? Or just the ends justify the means? It's just a slight change of perspective, that's all. He just wants everyone to join in and have a sense of belonging and community. Such a good deal. None of this is legitimate. If they followed him properly, without forcing their actions. So, what? Because there are ills and things you don't agree with, it justifies anything else that you wish to do. Hmm. I mean, we saw the number of what he was on. Yeah, he's restrained quite a lot. Oh, God. I mean, he hasn't chosen violence so far. So he came here for a talk, didn't he? Well, that would be his choice. If Mob becomes a pariah for trying to take down the religion here, he's had the taste of popularity, but he knows what being alone is like. He was there a while. no hesitation to even allow him to finish. That's not the real him. Wow. Friend on friend, we didn't expect to have him start fighting Mob as well, but if the intentions of the Divine Tree kind of seep into them that deeply. Most of his pose there. Really kind of showing restraint, and he doesn't want to hurt him or fight properly, does he? Blessed with divinity. Well, I guess, yeah, he'd be able to, if he's leeching belief and desire from the surroundings, be able to impart it in people who need it. I guess the broccoli is vast enough that it doesn't matter if a few tendrils and roots get damaged here and there. Yes, just give in to what's easy. Ah, he is being swallowed, almost literally. But the Psycho helmet is just a fragment of the tree there. He went blasting off again. Hopefully there's something nice and soft for him to land on. He is getting semi-serious now. He's been annoyed to the point where fully restraining him is becoming a little hard. Also, now he's got like, once they're inside the broccoli, out of harm's way, he can go and do a little more, can't he? But after everything that they've been through, and Dimple still is doing what he can to become a god, and yet I mean, why wouldn't you be scared of Mob? Can you see what he's capable of? I think even if Ichabod did see himself as not doing anything wrong, per se, as soon as you saw Mob was against the idea, maybe try a different tactic. He is... Ooh, wow. He is so conflicted because he doesn't want to do anything here, really. He wants Dimple to stop forcing himself down this path. For every second that he spends inside the broccoli, it's going to become harder for him. Broccoli bomb. Now he shows himself. Do you want to keep pushing his buttons? We were reaching a... just a one little bleep. I mean, it's not just her, it's others that he cares for in one way or another. Yeah, I think we all kind of know that. But they did get on kind of well. That's kind of good. We're getting a little bit of confirmation of the character. She fell so easily to the cult. Yeah, that... I don't think that is being used as a way to get him on board. Some. I mean, you've got to love kind of self-important, confident Dimple. Just bitch slap him. Show him in the back of your hand, Mob. What part of this was kind? Or trying to get him on board rather than attack him straight away? That was kindness, was it? I do love the... I don't love that. But I do love the effects and the reflective foil patterns and whatnot when they use the psychic powers. Kami. He is really going all out to prove to himself that he's a god now. Godly punch, godly smash, godly dash. I mean, would a true god need to keep referencing themselves as a god? You know, one does like to make characters where they really don't respond or react for a while. They're letting them get this all out of their system first. I mean, is it going to get to the point where... Well, that might have been his limit then. Or at least a fraction of it. But, is he going to get to the point where he's absorbing too much power from him, and that's... ends up being his downfall. Is this all you aspire to be? There's a hesitation to it, or the point. Is this all an act? I mean, just when he's obtained this power and godlike presence, he's firing his laser. Well, that was neat. Oh no! He's still managing to contain himself, though. And you haven't seen anything yet. Oh no, the music. Has he damaged his uniform? But there's still a chance back, is that what he's saying? His words will define what really happens next. I mean, we've definitely seen him try a thing or two to... I mean, what the damage has the blast done to... Oh, yeah, it did take off his uniform. What a great outfit to wear for a final fight. The special t-shirt that got picked out for him to make him look cool. Having it... I'm surprised it only ticked over to 100 and didn't go into... like, integers. Before it was a... there's a way back for you, Dimple. There's... If you apologise for everything you've done, we can still be friends. But now... But the idea of Mob, he doesn't like violence, he's not that kind of... He has the power to do and resolve a lot of things, but is it really resolved if you just beat people into the ground? If you change their way of thinking, unlike through brainwashing and the like, but actually get them to come up with a resolution, figure out what their actions and why they're doing things. It's also kind of interesting that we've got Mob who is trying to get people to do the better for themselves, but also working things out for him. Would he have been able to think all this through season 1? Little boy is growing up. But I do like how in this we've got the very different ways of thinking. Dimple's trying to help him out. You've got this girl you like, right? You become the leader. She's already part of the religion. What's the problem? You don't have a chance of her normally, but under this circumstance, things can go great for you. This is... Why aren't you accepting this deal? This offer is genius. You can't seem to grasp the fact that things done under duress or not in their full mind are... is it anything to actually be proud of? Even Dimple's godlike status is somewhat false because he hasn't obtained it himself per se. It's he scammed his way into being a god. Would you want to have that sort of power by technicalities or loopholes? I guess he doesn't really care about the process as long as he gets the results. And I think because Mob Psycho on its surface kind of thing is somewhat simple to understand, there are little bits that keep popping up. So, cool, getting a bit more of that. But with such a vast array of characters, you can easily tell how they've all influenced him. The fact that you've got these, like, the Body Improvement Club being there for him, even if at the base of it, everything that he's been through is trying to make himself better so that he could make himself visible in her eyes, is so far gone from that. Has superseded everything. Mob is being able to stand out on his own feet and tell people when they're wrong now. But the more we see of this, the more we're going to get that super rare reverse hollow effect on all of the battle scenes. I'm not going to complain about it. How many more godly abilities does Dimple have? Is he going to have an excess power boost? What if the religious members and cults start to fall off? Start to be drained away? Is he still going to be amongst the list of characters after the end of this? Or is he going to finally find some peace? I think it's Mob being this character as we know him is so easily moldable by everyone because he takes them at their word, basically. Like, the guy picked out a t-shirt for him. Yeah, he might have actually thought it was cool, but then again, look at his hair from season 1. So Mob's like, oh, this is cool, okay. You've got him taking basically every word as gospel that Reagan tells him. And yet somehow has still managed to come out as the character we know him as now. That boy is too powerful. From how Mob Psycho started, we just had various spirits and maybe a couple of organizations that had, like, sinister plans. Gotta stop them. It's the usual kind of thing. Good guys defeat bad guys plot, but Mob Psycho is more than that because that's kind of secondary. The main thing is Mob. And the heart of it is kind of character driven rather than plot. And you've got to respect him at least, give him chance and chance. How far and how many times are you willing to forgive someone just because they're friends or family before you finally have to cut them loose? At what point is Dimple going to go too far? Maybe the t-shirt was the last straw. I don't know if there is a happy resolution to all of this. All I know is that, well, Mob's going to have to find a new outfit after all of this because it's got a few scratches and tears already. So if you want to see another Mob fashion montage, maybe you need to come back for another one. If you enjoyed this, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing. If you really want to make me feel good, head on over to my Discord as well. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. Why don't you join my religion? Definitely not going to try to take over the world or anything. Mostly it's for the tax breaks. See you in the next one. If you want to be the voice in my ear, trying to ascend me into some sort of godhood, well, I won't exactly turn you away because I don't think my life would change all too much. As long as there's not excess of broccoli, there'll still just be a lot of time watching anime. So, I need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Arthea, Kite, Mystic Square, Shiwan, Mads, Girly, Cardboard, Acne, Guado, Diego Zenhausen, Tori Jane, the Kebab Seller, and everyone else for allowing me to continue the life that I live now. Which, to be fair, isn't much, but at least we're having fun.